Welcome back to the YouTube channel, The Engineering Survey. Today we are going to see how to orient a total station using resection method. Here we go. Right, today we are going to orient the instrument using resection method. There are three methods to orient the instrument. So orienting is letting know its position, and we are feeding some data, right? And based on that data, the instrument, the total station is able to identify the other location with respect to the data we have fed to the instrument. So usually methods we use to orient the instrument is Backsight Azimuth and Backsight Azimuth and Resection. So these are the methods. Out of these three methods, we have already uploaded videos about Backsight Azimuth and Backsight Azimuth. So today we are going to cover the resection method, right? Resection method is we are setting up the instrument somewhere else where we don't have any control point. Now, if you look at this point, right? This is a hard ground. We don't have any existing control points. So here we have set the instrument without a control point, and we have set up two prisms, at least two target prisms at two known points, right? So over there you can see the control point 9005, and over there you can see control point 9006. So based on the coordinates of 9005 and 9006, we are going to orient the instrument here, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to feed the coordinates of that point and take one observation. We call it one. We take one shot to 9005, and we take one shot to 9006 and feed its data, right? That's what we are going to do. Then this is a computer, right? It can calculate. It can measure the distance from here to there, and it can measure the angle we have turned from 9005 to 9006, and it knows the distance from here to there. So easily it can do the calculation using sine equation, and it can find the coordinate of this point with respect to 9005 and 6. So that is the theory behind this resection, right? To have a more accurate point, we can have another prism or a known point, and we can use 3 points to find the point here, right? Or minimum 2 points. When we use 2 points, the error is a little bit higher, but if we use 3 points, the error is a bit lesser, right? Anyway, these 2 points are enough to find the coordinate of this point, right? So that's what we are basically going to do. Now I'm going to feed the coordinate of 9005 over there and 9006 over there, right? Before we do anything, right, we have to make a job. That's how we do it, right? So I have uploaded my previous videos regarding the jobs. Therefore, I'm not going to do that in back. I'll straight away go to the coordinates, right? Assume that we have already put a job, right? Let's say now this has already in adjustment. Before we do anything, right, we have to check the tilt. So tilt is okay. If it is less than 10 seconds in X and Y direction, it's okay, right? And then we have to go to the EDM settings, right? Here I would like to have fine average, the mode, reflector prism, the prism constant -30, illumination hole, the temperature is around 30 now, and the pressure is 1013, right, hectopascals. That is close to the pressure at mean sea level, 0, right, because we are close to the sea, right? That's it, and job is already there. And now I'm going to toggle between the options here. Yeah, I need to find the coordinate, right? Option coordinate, yeah, here. So we have only two buttons to toggle between the options, right? Escape or function, right? So now I use escape and function buttons to find this coordinate option. It's here, over there. Then we have to press F4. Here, occupied orientation, yeah. But here we don't know the point, right? So in that case, we have to go for resection, right? Resection. So resection also can be done using any Z method. That means northeast Z coordinate, right? Elevation, right? First, we have to target to the first point, right? So that's what we have to do, right? Target to the first point. First point is over there. First, we must clear crosshairs, right, into the center. Right, now I have targeted to the first point, right? So what we have to do is first measure the first point, right? Right. Now what I have to do is I have to press the measure button, right? Measure OF4. So now it takes the distance, calculate the distance. It take 5 readings and take the average of it. The average distance is around 39.1265. It comes to the 4th decimal place, but it doesn't matter. And here we had to feed the reflector height. It was around 1.585, right? So I'm going to feed that 1.585. That's right. Then I have to press OK. Yes, right. If I want, I can record it or go to the next point, right? Before record it, I have to feed the coordinates of the first point, right? So it's a known point, right? And the coordinates of 9005 must be fed there, right? I'm going to feed the coordinates of 9005. Northing is 478782993, right? And the E is 413,700.918 and the Z is 26.90. The height of the reflector I have already given, right? So that's it. Those are the coordinates of 9005. I'm going to record it. Yeah, okay. I can press OK. So then I have to click the next, right? Next. Then I have to observe the second point. Now I turn it, right? Now you see when I turn, the horizontal angle registers in the display, right? So that's how it finds the included angle between this line and that line, right? Now I target to that point. Then bisect the prism arrows, the arrows of the board. I have to bisect the arrows of the board. Yeah, I did it. And check for the parallax error and all, right? We have to take all the precautions. Now next thing is we have to measure the distance, right? Now we have to measure. The photo detector works 5 times and get the average, right? And it is 15.990, right? Wonderful value, right? Very close to 1 millimeter less than 16 meters, right? Yeah. Now we have to feed the height of the reflector. It's 1.550, right? Then yes. Then we have to feed the coordinates of the second point, 9006, right? That's now 9006. 478, 754, 755. 413, 741, 301, 27.02. That is the height, is it? And already we have fed the height of reflector. So now we can record this point, right? So that is 321, yeah, okay. So now we have 3 options, right? Previously we didn't have an option called calc, right? That means calc means calculation, right? Now we have that option. That means if you want, we can go for the third point by clicking the next, right? If we have another prism set over a control point, we can use this next button, right? And feed the data of third point, or else we can cal, right? So now at this moment we don't have a third point. Therefore, I'm going to cal option, cal. Now it gives the readings of this point, right? Now the display shows the readings of this point, the point we have temporarily established at this point, right? So that is given as 478, 752.345, 413, 725.478, Z 27.207, right? So that is the Z of this point, right? And to get the Z, we have to feed, right? We have to feed the height of the instrument as well, right? So at the beginning we have already fed the height of the instrument, so therefore we can directly get the Z at this point. Then here, this is the point. We can see the result. The error in northing and easting. For the first point, the error is 7 milli. E is -6. That is E. For the second point, 1 milli in northern direction and 7 milli eastern direction. And then here we have given several options: recal and omit. That's it. Then we can escape from there. So then delta and EZ differences in the north, east and zenith. That means that is also error, right? So 1 millimeter error in northing, 5 millimeter error in easting, and 10 millimeter error in EZ calculation. And these are the EZ values. Then I can click OK. Set the azimuth. Set the azimuth means it asks whether to set the direction, right? Based on these calculations. So that's what it asks basically. Set the azimuth. Yeah, I can click yes. Now it gives the coordinates of this point, right? So I can feed the height of the instrument here. It is around 1.6. And I can give the code. The code here is 9000, let's say 7 or something, because that is 6, this is 7, right? Operator, whatever you can put, right? That's it. The weather, all right, fine, light, right? This is the coordinate of this point, right? So now as a check, we can observe back the 9000, either 9005 or 6, right? This is 9006. We can observe 9006 and check whether we are getting the same coordinates, right? I can check it, observe. So I'll measure it. Yeah, right, I'm getting some values. Height of the reflector I can give 1.55. That is the height of the reflector. So then N we can check. The 9006, 478, 754, 755. We are getting the same coordinate here. The northern coordinate 413, 741, 301. But here we get 294, 6 millimeters error. That is the error that which was shown previously by delta E, right? So 6 millimeter or 7 millimeter error was there. That is what showing here. And Z is, yeah, Z 27.239. Yeah, something close to that, right? So 10 millimeters error is there, right? So that's how we orient the instrument using resection method. What is the advantage of this method? When we are doing the road surveying work and all, right, we cannot establish controls close to the road, because when we are doing the clearing and all the excavation, these close by control points will be easily removed. So therefore we have to establish the control point pretty much outside the road, right? Pretty much outside the road. But when we establish the controls pretty much outside the road, we cannot set up our instrument over there and get the readings in the road, because those are far away from the road. So in that case, we can use this resection method easily. So we can set up the targets at those points, and then we can set up the total station over the road where the construction is going on. And using the resection method, we can get the coordinate of this point, right? And then easily do the measurements, surveying work, or topographic surveying, or spot heights and level observations, using the total station based on which was set up using the resection method. And usually in high-rise buildings also, we use this resection method. We can set up the total station at any level, let's say at 10th level, and we can observe the targets which were set up over the ground, control points, right? And then using the resection method, we can find the coordinate of that total station which was set up at the particular level. So that's how we do the surveying work in high-rise building projects and the road surveying projects using the resection method. Resection method is one of the most useful method of orienting the instrument. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel and click the bell button for more of the very latest videos.